That's right, quite frankly, family. It's that time again. The weekly wrap-up show. Once again, your host, from a secret location deep behind enemy lines, Cody.
Oh, good day, everybody! Welcome to the Quite Frankly wrap-up show, where we talk about all the things that happened on Quite Frankly this week. My name is Cody. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Monday, boom, like an M80. Not So Shy 4th of July, featuring Chris Ann Hall. Frank and Chris Ann Hall discussed some inspiring Americans, and she shared her thoughts on the holiday.
I was happy to see so many people celebrating with passion the anniversary of our independence. And I just hope that we take this opportunity to teach our children more so that they'll have a better understanding as to why it's worth celebrating. You know, you got the people who say you can't celebrate because it's racist. Then you have the other group of people, Frank, who say, well, we can't celebrate because we don't have liberty anymore. Well, you know what? I think we have to celebrate to remember what we were given and to honor those who gave it. And it's not their fault that we've fallen down on the job, but we can't change anything unless we start remembering again.
Start remembering right now and arm yourself with some constitutional know-how. Go to chrisannhall.com, Liberty First University. Frank's going back to Benghazi on Tuesday's episode, Maxwell, Benghazi, and Blind Items Revealed.
Here's from the Daily Caller. Benghazi terror attacks led to Crossfire Hurricane. Benghazi gave us a lot more than just a peek into how they were managing an illegal gun running operation. The biggest thing there is that it led us to Hillary Clinton's emails. All right? That's huge.
What difference at this point does it make?
Absolutely. That's why I've always made a point to remind people that we only knew about the closet server because of Benghazi. And as far as those emails goes, remember, crimes against children. That's what Michael Horowitz found. And that is for a look into the Hillary Clinton investigation, how it was conducted, Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. It's the emails led to the investigation. Weiner's sexual proclivities led us to the laptop, which we saw even more of this stuff. There's so much here. It was set off a chain reaction of shit, and they've been trying to tread water ever since. The Russian investigation, the hoax there, was a fantastic firework display to try to keep people away from what was going on and buy time to see how they can destroy Trump's administration and get something to come on in. As far as Clinton Foundation goes, who used to brag about being a founder of the foundation? None other than Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Very close to the Clintons, that guy.
Interesting. Wednesday, Maxwell's Reddit and Kanye's Vision featured Dave from X22 Report. But before Dave joined Frank took a hard look at possible sabotage.
Just the news, John Solomon's site. Liberals reserve tickets to Trump's New Hampshire rally to try making the venue look empty. If you have 2 minutes of your day, troll the president. Reserve 2 tickets and laugh knowing that's 2 seats not filled. But oh boy, they got him that time. They got him.
They got him. We showed those fascists. We showed them. You know, it's kind of like what happened to Hitler when he was defeated. His opponents RSVP'd to his rallies and then never showed up. We are the resistance, sister. Man, I love trolling Trump-tards. I love trolling. We're good trollsters, aren't we? We're good trollsters. We're pranksters. Hey, we should make some memes soon. Or are they called memes or memes? Whatever.
Stupid bitch. You dumb bitch.
Here's Dave from X22 Report to tell you what it's all about.
This is about showing people, because what I say is that if I told you, let's say last year, by the way, and if I was doing this on my report, and I would say, oh, by the way, this is what we can expect coming up in 2020. There's going to a virus is going to hit, and basically no one's going to be allowed to work. They're going to keep you from going to church. They're going to keep you from going to temple. They're going to keep you from shopping. You won't be able to open your business. Your business will be forced to close down. You'll have to wear a mask all the time, even though the death rate is dropping and there's really no proof of anything. People would not believe me. First of all, it would be marked as a conspiracy theory right off the bat. People would say I am absolutely crazy. Then if I took this to the next level and I said, listen, and during this period of time, where all of a sudden we're going to see riots. We're going to see people roaming the cities, destroying businesses, breaking windows, stealing items, and the mayors, they're not going to do anything. They're going to allow this to happen in all different cities. People would think I was absolutely crazy. They would call it a conspiracy theory. They would say this is never going to happen, but here it is.
Yeah.
It is happening.
Thursday's jam-packed episode, Attack of the Antichrist Clones, Frank and Rob ran the gamut of topics, including this dive into some internet posts by an anonymous Hollywood insider.
Now, on the boards, we had the emergence of Hollywood Insider. This is the title of the thread is Hollywood Insider told you she was in on it, and he's talking about Maxwell. He's the one that actually provided the 3 columns list of all of the Hollywood names.
Right.
You know, the list of names that have been getting around. They ask him about boycotting. Someone asked, how about everyone boycotts Hollywood and all mass media? That's within the power of us, not the DOJ or Trump. Everyone do not spend money on media, movies, music, etc. Fuck them and do not give over your paycheck like a good boy any longer. Yes, you can boycott us, but researching names is sufficient. Just research the names of all producers, research the director and the writers, and research the actors' names. Pay close attention to the producers that the producers would like to thank list. Okay, do simple homework. Send us a message if the film contains egregious degeneracy for no story reason. If it contains top-heavy amount of LGBT themes for no story reason, exhibits underage people with scanty or no clothes, depicts them with or under sexual themes, demeans men, props up women as an unnatural in an unnatural, pandering and kind of communo-feminist kind of a way, subverts American heritage and values, depicts Marxism proudly or positively, or any other of that shit, don't buy a ticket. Don't stream it. Don't see it. This sends a message and creates a change without destroying an industry that I and people like me see as art and only ever wanted to make art. Don't boycott, goycott.
Genetic hybrids, sex dolls, voting cats, and mailbag. That was Friday's episode. Yes, you heard that right. Voting cats!
Here you go. Let's take a look at this. They're trying to register cats to vote.
When Ron Timms checked his mail Wednesday, he found something for Cody Timms. Cody doesn't get much mail. Cody is a cat. He died 12 years ago. The family keeps his ashes in this green container.
There he is.
We have a voter registration application for Cody Timms.
It even came with a return envelope.
How'd this happen? I mean, it's not reality. He's a cat. Here he is.
So the last thing over here at the bottom, they say, if you were wondering how Cody would have voted if he could go to the polls, his owner said he was a demo cat. And actually, most cats are socialists, if you think about it, especially the indoor ones, the strictly indoor ones, grade A Marxist losers. They're lazy. They want to be fed and tended to regularly, but they still pretend that they're fiercely independent.
Are you now, or have you ever been, a member of the Communist Party? I guess not. Now it's time for the best calls of the week. Roll it.
Let's take some calls. Calls like that. Taking all of your calls. Calls like this just make me feel amazing.
To touch a little bit on yesterday's show, man. Between you and it's skipping my mind right now. What's her name?
Chris Ann.
She's genius.
Chris Ann. Oh yeah.
Between the both of you, man. going back on the Constitution and the old school days and all those stories. That's the reason why they don't teach that stuff in high school.
Oh yeah.
Or in elementary school, because they know we'll start. Just listening to you guys started making me proud to be an American, man. And this 4th of July was something special, brother. I know you're not too far from me, but I went to a party, brother, and I bought at least like $500-$600 worth of stuff, and I let off. On the ride home, Frankie, it seemed like it was foggy outside. That's how much smoke there was everywhere.
It was amazing.
It was a beautiful thing, man. Frank, I haven't had a good weekend like that because since this COVID thing started, I feel like every single week, I bust my ass all week, looking forward to the weekend, and I haven't found that excitement, and that this weekend was the first time in a while. I think it might be the beginning to something. I think you're absolutely right, man.
King, what's going on, King?
This might take a little bit, but this is and I'm not even going to call it a rant, but a statement of fact. Because you know how how I stuck up for the hayseeds the other week, but nobody ever sticks up for us. In this country, the people that have gotten the rawest deal in America is us, the Ginzos. You're not going to tell me it's the Indians, because obviously they're allowed to do crazy shit, not get in trouble, rape 4-year-olds. It ain't them. It ain't black people, because black people, you've had white people eating out of your ass with a spoon forever. So don't tell me that shit. It's us, the Ginzos. We don't have the benefit of being a minority like the white Hispanicos. We don't have that benefit, all right? We don't have the excuse of, I'm not white, like the Jews, okay? Other whites don't think we're white. And we're also seen as the colonizer by minorities. So where do we win?
Talent.
Where have we ever won here? And you know why? And this has to be said, because you know, Frankie, our people, we're not wine bags by nature. We're not. But this needed to be said.
Well, you
and whatever dweeb is making your clips, make a clip out of that motherfucker so the world can hear it.
Well, you present a really interesting scenario there. It's true. We're kind of in the between, and we haven't really done a lot
We're
of
like the bridge.
complaining.
We're like the bridge. We're just talented, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And we're always sticking up for everybody else, but nobody ever sticks up for us. And you want to know why? Because we're on ninjas. We can do it on our own. You fucks.
Us against the whole. It's just the peninsula against the whole world.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, don't forget the guys at the bottom of the peninsula. That's us too, you know.
That's us. Oh, I'm down there with you too. That's it.
All right, brother.
All right, thanks, King. Here you go, Travis from Cincinnati. What's up?
I was just sitting here thinking about everything you were talking about, and I wanted to share a story real quick if you got a second.
Okay, please.
I've had 3 heads for years as far as telling people stuff, seeing what was going on in the streets, and the streets always parallel what goes on at the top. The stuff that the people at the bottom usually have a good understanding what the people at the top have going on, and vice versa. The people that are asleep are the people like us that are in the middle. The people that are just working, taking care of your family and whatnot. But when I was a late teen, I DJ'd at a club, and it was a reggae club. And I used to drink a little bit in the alley before I did my set. And these 2 older dreads that I hung out with, I didn't really hang out with them. I hung out with another guy, but they used to always tell me, you know, our politicians are vampires. Now, this is in the early 90s. You know, our politicians are vampires. They literally eat kids and drink their blood. And I thought it was metaphorical. I was like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? Flash forward 20-something years, Pizzagate breaks. And then the floodgates are opened, and I've been looking like a fool up until that point.
Hey, Rosalind, you're on the air. It's Frank. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Frank. I'm actually one of your newer followers on Periscope. I just want to say how I just love your platform. I am a black woman, and I feel such a connectedness, a kinship with the people in your rooms and everything, because I'm a full patriot of America. I love America. Tonight's show is just so awesome. awesome. Now I'm a nurse. I work nights, so I'm staying up just a little bit because I had to call in because it upsets me that so many black people don't know their history here in America, and they should be proud to be Americans. I don't think any country is without blemishes. And, you know, we can't stand on that one issue that happened here in America. There is so much to be proud of as a black person, and to hear Chris talking about it, you know, it just made me feel so good because I get attacked so much by other black people because I don't support this Marxist leftist stance that so many have taken. I've raised my children that way, the same way I was raised, and generations of my family. We never felt this oppression, this race, this oppression Olympics that so many blacks feel, instead of finding their history, looking back in history, and embracing that and moving forward. Things happen. I get that. But look at where we are now. Be proud of all your forefathers, the black as well as the white. And I just want to tell you I appreciate and love this platform. I'm joining, and I'm going to become a patron myself now.
Oh, those were great. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, where I get to take your calls. The phone board is already lighting up. Let's go to Franco in New York City. Franco, you are on the air.
Hi, Cody. First time, long time.
Okay,
My
hi.
wife and I are having a baby soon. our
Congratulations.
first, and it's a girl.
Cool.
Do you know if it is possible to dye the baby's hair hot pink while she's still in the womb? We would really appreciate it if she can be born as woke as possible. Thanks for everything you do.
You're having a girl? I can't believe you've already gendered your baby. Fascist. You know what? This is getting too weird. You people are sick. The phone lines are closed. We're not taking any more calls. Well, that about does it for me on this week's episode of the Quite Frankly Wrap-Up Show. Be sure to head on over to quitefrankly.tv. That is your one-stop shop for all things Quite Frankly. QuiteFrankly.tv is the place to be to catch the latest episode, the latest blog entries, links to PayPal and Patreon, or buy a t-shirt just like mine, matchy-matchy, or get yourself a Nug mug.
I'm drinking from the Quite Frankly mug. There you go. Nug mug. It's the Quite Frankly Nug mug for all of you green people out there.
Quite Frankly streams live weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern wherever you get your podcasts. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Goodbye!